Good day, my highly esteemed viewers. You're welcome back to class. As you already know, my name remains Israel Gwai. And for this class, I'm your chemistry teacher. Now, today's video and subsequent video that we'll be having for this period is going to be centered on gas laws. Why gas laws, you may ask? Like some of you that will be asking me questions to help you in this your forthcoming second term syllabus. And those of you that I teach in school, I did promise you, I did promise you that I'm going to tackle some aspects of second term scheme of work since it applies to our country. So the first part of it is on gas laws, and there are so many laws in this topic. So my advice to you is to sit down properly, take a sheet of paper or your notebook, get your biro and start jotting down things. Try to understand, but if there's any parts you don't understand, you have the comment section to comment on. Now, after going through this video, after watching it, kindly do well to subscribe if you have not been doing so. Press the like button and also share it to your friends. It's not the spirit of Christmas. It's not very ideal for only you to absorb the knowledge. You have to be sharing. Just like I'm sharing knowledge to you, also share it with your friends. Some of you told me that you are in different platforms. I'm just trying to use this medium again as a reminder. Share to your various platforms. You have friends in other schools that are doing the elementary chemistry, which you normally call SS1. So second term, that's what we are basically going to be dealing with. And again, for those of you that are advanced in it, that already advanced in it, it will also be a form of reminder. Thank you very much and God bless you. But don't forget, subscribe and share. So without wasting time, you have the first question. Again, we are going to be doing them in parts in form of questions so that it will be easy for us to really comprehend. So this is a past question well selected. We call it part 1. This is the part 1 of the video. State Boyle's law. Draw the graph of Boyle's law. A given mass of this is a calculation. So we know that Boyle's law states that the volume of a given mass of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure if temperature is kept constant. Volume is inversely proportional to pressure. Temperature is constant. So if you have this is what the law says. The volume of a fixed mass or given mass of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure if temperature is constant. So you can as well say remove the variation sign, but this is what they require from. But if you want to continue, you have V equals K over P. You have introduced a proportionality constant. It now become PV equals K. So if you have initial volume as V1, initial pressure as P1, final volume as V2, final pressure as P2, you can also have P1, V1, P2, V2. So this is usually the formula you can use for carrying calculations. So that's what the first law says. But nobody asks you for this. This is the only one they require from you. Boyle's law states that the volume of a fixed mass of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure if temperature is constant. So let's go to the second one. The second one says, draw the graph of Boyle's law. Graph of Boyle's law, based on definition, is very easy. You draw a graph like this. You can draw the graph like this, in which case this is pressure and this is volume. Or you can draw it like this, which is a common one. Let me make it bigger. So that's the first one. You can as well draw it like this. This is pressure and this is 1 over volume. So these are the graphs, each of them, but this is the common one you come across in most of your books. These are the graphs of Boyle's law. Remember, the volume of a given mass of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure if temperature is kept constant. Both of them are the same. So we can do the third one. Third one says a given mass of gas occupies a volume of 500 centimeter cube. This is centimeter cube. Remember, these are past questions. Some of you may have encountered it, but this is what we have here. A given mass of gas occupies a volume of 500 cm cube. You see, volume equals 500 cm cube at a pressure of 750. Pressure 750 millimeter mercury. Calculate the volume of the pressure. Calculate the volume if the pressure is increased to this, making this one initial and initial. Then V2, we don't know. P2 equals 950 millimeter mercury. So that's how we now separated them. This is the initial, the beginning, this is the final. So to have this, you can see that there's no temperature here. Therefore, we use Boyle's law. And Boyle's law is the equation for Boyle's law is P1, V1, P2, V2. You see it? So it's just substitute. Say substitute. Remember, when you are doing theory, don't just jump into answers. You must show them how you got it. But those are where the marks lies when they are marking your external exams. V1 is 500. Remember, I told you again in some of our videos we did that has to do with WAEC question and answers, practicals and others. If you are substituting, you must substitute correctly. Like this, V1 and 500, and you are putting it first, they will mark it wrong. It's not correct. You must put it at the right place. P1 comes before V1, so you have 750 before V1 times this equals V2 times 950. This one is called correct substitution. No twisting. If you turn it, then you are not putting V1 in place of B1, so it becomes wrong. You now have V2 equals 750 times 500 over 950. Do the calculation. I have a calculator here. Let's see how it goes. So you have 750 times 500, give you that, divide by 950, give you 394.736. 394.736. Let's see, 394.736. So it becomes 394.74 cm cube. You can use 2 decimal places. This is theory. In theory, you can use 2 decimal places, but in practical, it's usually 3 significant figures, apart from titration. So that's all we can do today, because that's what they gave to us to calculate. Subsequent video, we'll go to part 2, part 3, part 4, as the case may be. So please study very well, and don't forget, share it. The essence, as I told you before, of this video I really want to give to especially those of you that are in my school, is because some of you may not have lesson teacher that will take you this period, because the duration is very short. So when you are relaxed, just carry it and go through it. God bless you. Shalom.